Believe it or not, it is episode 1 of season 4 of Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace. Let's get to it. If you're new here, my name is Graciela Moore. I am an ICF certified personal coach. I've been creating content for over 14 years, poet, writer, mother, homeschooler, business owner, and I am so excited to discuss about where the moon is every day, how that may affect us emotionally, how that may affect the people around us, how it may come up even like in the road with strangers at the store, for example. And I'm very excited to dive into a brand new year with 2025 manifestation agenda slash journal, Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace. I'm so excited. This year, the third edition, now more magical than ever, with extra journal pages and more ideas for your spiritual growth. Why? Because I've included Saturday, Sunday gratitude pages. Well, I said Saturday and Sunday, but really there's Sunday gratitude pages so that we can hopefully find the silver lining, find the beauty in the rubble, find the best out of whatever transpires every week, and sift out all of the goodness and the things to be grateful for, because I feel like in the moments that I've been at my lowest, which honestly, it's been previous winter seasons, not so much this one. So far, so good on the mental health home front when it comes to winter depression that I've experienced in the past and that we have discussed in previous seasons here. And so, in an effort to consciously and as part of the mindfulness practice, really sift through life and take out all of that goodness to be grateful for, I've included 2 gratitude pages or open journaling pages per week. So there's literally over 100 extra pages in this third edition of our book. And then every moon day, as always, we are going back to what has been working, at least for me, for the past 3 years, and a few of us. I know you know, I know you know. But every moon day, you're invited to think about what you have to make sure to do. You have to think about what you want to create, what you're grateful for. And of course, every moon day, we have an original affirmation that I'm hoping will carry you through the week, and that of course you can lean on in moments of high stress. That's when the affirmation comes in handy for me. I don't know about you. Let me know, when do affirmations come in handy for you as a tool, because that's what they are. They're a tool. They're not meant for you to brainwash your brain. They're not meant for you to brainwash anybody. They're meant to be an anchor when we're getting activated, when we're experiencing anger, frustration, or even sadness. They're meant to really be something that we hold on to, or at least that's what I do, and that's what works for me. If it doesn't work for you, then maybe this is not the right place to be, or the right broadcast to watch, for example, because affirmations are not necessarily something that I want to make sure that I affirm for the present because it is so, and because I can see it, touch it, feel it, and believe it. But I'm affirming things in the future. We're definitely thinking about the future, strategizing. That's what the whole Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace journey is all about. It's about these building blocks. Every single moon day is a building block in all of these manifestations. And we have something happening this week that I love to bring up because it doesn't come about often. It's every 18 months, and for the past 18 months, we've talked a lot about the North Node in Aries being all about me, and what I want, and the South Node being in Libra, making us kind of change the perspective from the us to the me, because us is Libra and me is Aries. But now the North Node is shifting into Pisces. And for the next 18 months, The North Node will be in Pisces with the South Node in Virgo. So, where is Pisces in your chart? What house does it rule? If none of that makes sense, let me know in the comments if you want to find out about yours, or you can go to astroseek.com and check for yourself. But all of this is going to be in the next few conversations that we have coming up this year, because again, it only happens every 18 months. So I'm very interested in figuring out what is the deepest of our dreams and desires, because that's Pisces. Pisces is the poet. So if you're a poet, if you write, if you are interested in developing that facet of your life or doing something with your poetry, then maybe this is the season for you, because Pisces is the poet. So it's just so far so good, right? So far so good. I just experienced our first snowstorm in the mountains. I am so excited for what this year will bring, and it's gonna, all of it is gonna be documented. So how cool is that? If you want to follow along, check the link in the description or the link in the bio. You can find the book on Amazon. Let's get to the major astrology that's happening and where the moon is for the rest of the week. Before anything else, Mars is going to be retrograde in Cancer. Cancer is that home front. Cancer is the feeling of belonging. Cancer is the rawness. Cancer is the mushy center that we don't let a lot of people know about because we present to them the hard shell, right? And so with Mars, the planet of action, being retrograde in Cancer, I'm expecting or at least anticipating feeling of disconnect from our home, or feeling of belonging or the lack thereof. So I feel like belonging goes hand in hand with worthiness or a lack thereof. And so here's to all of us learning and building a home for ourselves and growing into belonging to ourselves, so that when the time comes to be by ourselves and enjoy our own company, there is enough nurturing for that time alone not to be triggering or activating. How does that resonate for you? Mars is going to be retrograde in Cancer, or at least in Cancer one way or the other, until mid-April. So this is going to be a recurrent theme in the beginning of this season, season 4. Let's go. And we're starting the week with the moon in Aries. There's that fire that, even though Mars retrograde may be kind of pushing for a slow start to the week, there's that tiny ember fire in Aries hoping to ignite some action. So I'm very excited for the things that are happening in my home front. If you're following the journey on TikTok, somecoaching.tt, I created a sourdough starter on the very first day of the year. My name is Willow, and if you're interested in sourdough discard recipes like blueberry bagels or pancakes or even bread, then follow the journey over there. But what's interesting is that my research is guiding me, and I'm trying to weave together so that I can add a layer of content to all of this. The fact that the sourdough has phases much like the moon, and all of this has been building up during Capricorn season. And this moon in Aries starting the week is hopefully gonna lead to an actual manifestation of something really yummy. We have a moon in Taurus midweek, and by midweek, I'm hoping to be putting together the ingredients for some blueberry bagels. And this first quarter moon in the beginning of the week is about taking action. So, what actions are you strategically taking in order to build, in order to grow towards what you're looking for? There are some of us in the group chat who are literally starting jobs or putting out feelers or experiencing brand new things like the snowstorm and preparing for that, or not being prepared, right? There's the sense of missing out on some things and how we react to that FOMO, or is it the joy of missing out, right? And of course, there's the sense that time is slipping away and that there's a lot of things happening in the world, and what happens to us is very small when it comes to the scale of things. So there's a lot, right? There's a lot that happens just every week, and I'm just grateful to be able to discuss together. So, that moon midweek in Taurus, I'm hoping that will ground us in order to further prepare, because there's more snow coming. Winter is not done. And so, building a strong foundation in order to survive the winter to the best of our ability is one of the priorities, or should be. And so that moon in Taurus, I'm hoping that will help anchor our attention so that we can better prepare. And then Saturday, the nodes are shifting. We've been talking about this for literally, I think, since like season 2 of Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace back in 2023, 2 years ago. Whoa, it just feels like so surreal to say things in those terms. This is season 4. This is episode 1 of season 4. What? Anyway, the nodes have been in Aries, all about the me, 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 and South Node in Libra. The nodes is where the eclipses happen. This is chaotic. This is transformative. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's all of your purpose, but there's definitely a sense of direction, in my opinion and in my experience, when looking at the North Node, because where there is chaos, there is a lesson, and taking those lessons into the house of your rising sign, in my experience, has definitely been transformative for the positive, building blocks of growing up. I'm turning 40 this year. So hopefully I'm growing in a way that is, I don't know, satisfactory to Mother Nature or Mother Moon, or just, God in general, if you will, right? Just life. I'm hoping that these lessons are really, really showing up in my day to day. And you know what? I think they are. And I think you can see it too. So we're growing together and healing together, which is part of what made this come to be in the very beginning. It was about a community of people who were kind enough to allow me to talk into their life, like our friend Adam would say. Adam, I know you're watching. Happy New Year! Talk into your life and really figure out how to translate into words the work that has brought all of this magic into my life, looking at the astrology and looking at where the moon is every day, and then translating that into questions and affirmations that will hopefully bring positivity to our life. As you know, it's Capricorn season and the moon is in Aries, so every week we have an affirmation. I confidently move past challenges, knowing that each step builds a strong foundation for my success. And the thing about these affirmations is that if you look at the affirmation in the book and it ticks you in the wrong way because you feel like maybe you're not doing enough, maybe you feel like you could be doing better, in order for that affirmation to really feel true for you, in order for that I confidently move past challenges. If those words don't really ring true for you yet, then consider exploring in the journal or just ponder in your head, how can you transform that? How can you change that? If you don't have any confidence to move past your challenges yet, then what are your challenges and what is really keeping you from taking action? What is really keeping you from being stuck? Even if it's fear, even if it is doubt, even if it's just I don't know. The thing is that writing down the answer and looking at it with your eyes and really intaking that information in that way, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and let me tell you, it is just like looking at yourself in the mirror. When I see my own words in the journal, is absolutely 100% different than looking at my words in the writing or in the content captions. It is like looking at myself in the mirror. My words do not lie to me. When I am journaling and just thinking about the week ahead, or thinking about the emotions in the moment, or dumping all of this gratitude or dumping all of this stress onto the page, my words don't lie. My scribbles do not lie. And so when it comes time for me to review and to think, what are the challenges that are coming up in my life and how can I approach them confidently? What does confident even look like? What does confidence even mean? If I am thinking of all of these things, then in my opinion, I owe it to myself to continue digging until I figure it out. And that's what the journey has been for the past 4 seasons. That's what the journey has been pretty much since my son was born almost 6 years ago. That was the catalyst that started it all. The besties that have been here since season 1 know very well that my son is the catalyst for all of this immense growth, going to therapy, hiring a coach, and figuring all of this out, and then bringing about this book. So, by mid week, we're going to have the moon in Taurus. Like I said, I'm hoping that that will be that anchor that brings about some manifestation of the actions that we've been taking. I'm so proud of you. We're doing so good. And then we are ending Friday and Saturday with a moon in Gemini. So watch out for parties, family, and of course having a good time, but also being very safe and very aware of our environment as there's more snow coming for us in the mountain. And then we're going to have a very emotional weekend with the moon in Cancer and Mars, the planet of action, the planet of that confidence, that the planet of that is going to be retrograde, which means it's going to be all insecure and all, oh, I can't do this, in Cancer. And so I'm anticipating a very dramatic full moon in Cancer on Monday. So, what are your plans for next week and how can you best strategize? And of course, remember, when you feel that emotional challenge coming up next weekend, remember that you move confidently through your challenges, building a strong foundation for future successes. How does that sound? In my opinion, that's just golden. As always, let's finish up with a meditation brought to you by Brain FM. Check the link in the bio. It is music for your brain to do whatever you need your brain to do. I use it for cleaning, for relaxing, for reading. I love the underwater sleep setting, and of course, I use it to meditate, not just with you, but by myself. I love the chimes and bowls setting. So let's do an unguided meditation. Chimes and bowls. If you're willing and able, please lay down. Close your eyes. Follow my lead as I guide you through some breath work and some affirmations to get us through the week ahead. If you're able, lay down and close your eyes. And if you're driving, do not close your eyes and just focus on your breath and on the road ahead. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose, nice and slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth. Nice and slow, extended exhale. Hold it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale once more through your nose. Deep, deep, deep inhale until you have no air. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth, nice and long. Extended exhale. And as you relax into this exhale, I want you to envision the most beautiful sky, your favorite shade, filled with clouds and sparkling stars, and a growing first quarter moon, building strong, building strength, leading into the most brilliant full moon by the end of the week. And in this moment, with this first quarter moon, right here, right now, I want you to feel and settle into the safety of understanding that the actions you have taken up until now have been for your good and have really manifested great blessings in your life. And the actions that the following season is going to require of you are building blocks for the most outstanding manifestation of your greatness. And in this moment, under this first quarter moon, you are filled with strength, filled with gratitude, and filled with so much excitement for all that this year will bring. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep, deep, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale nice and slow through your mouth. Long, steady exhale. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale once more through your nose. Deep inhale, deep, deep, deep inhale. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale once more, nice and slow. And as you settle into that exhale, ponder these affirmations. Feel them deep in your heart. I confidently move past challenges, knowing that each step builds a strong foundation for my success. I am ready, willing, and able to create the most magical life for me and the people I care about. I am excited, even for the challenges that this year will bring. I am loved. I am grateful. I am protected. I am guided. Nice and steady. With me, take one last deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale nice and slow. Extend this exhale until you run out of air, all the way until you have no air. And as you settle into this exhale, Slowly open your eyes. Slowly wiggle your toes. And come back to me. Woo! Bestie! We made it to another fascinating week of moon magic and mindfulness with Grace, and I am just so grateful. Thank you to everyone who has followed me on TikTok because you're all excited for our very own sourdough starter, Miss Willow Dough. I'm so grateful for you and so grateful for the lessons that sour starter is already putting me through. It is the time to build the strength to survive the storm and to oversee the winter and to come back in the spring stronger than ever. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. So, I will see you next week. Bye, bestie.